Oh yeah, just what YouTube needed. Another Halo tier list. I've done a Halo tier list before, but that was for each game, like campaign, multiplayer, everything included. I want to do one just talking about the multiplayer, which again, isn't the most original idea I've ever had, I'll be honest. But here's what makes me quirky and a little bit different. I'm gonna hop in and play a game of Slayer on every single game as I talk about it. So I have downloaded every single game. Now to preface this, before we go in, I have to talk about how I'm gonna rank these things. I'm gonna do my best to avoid nostalgia. I'm not saying it's not gonna creep in. For some games it might, maybe a little bit. This is how I would think that they would rank up. And yes, this is also going to be very subjective. You're probably not going to agree with me. If you don't agree with me, please dislike the video and unsubscribe. I don't want you here. So of course, starting off, we have the absolute banger, Combat Evolved. I said I was going to do my best to keep nostalgia out of this, and I'm truly going to stay to that. But for what it is and how old it is, Combat Evolved is an amazing arcade shooter. Combat Evolved has a pretty small sandbox, really basic combat system. It's just simple, good old 4v4 Halo multiplayer. It has a few quirks, but overall, it's one of my favorite Halo games ever. Multiplayer, campaign, anything. Like, this game might be 20 years old, but I can play it honestly just as much as I might play Infinite. I can sit and play Combat Evolved all day long. I think one of the biggest issues, though, with this game is that it has kind of a ridiculously high skill gap. If you get into a casual lobby of this game, you can have some fun, but if you get into a lobby with people that have been studying Combat Evolved spawn since the day they were born, learning how to completely perfect the pistol recoil angle, it's just, you're not going to have any fun at all. But other than that, I think that's really the only negative I can think of, except for maybe the fact that if you don't feel like looking at 2001 graphics, the skill gap and the pistol are the worst parts about this game. Other than that, it slaps pretty hard. It has some iconic maps like Hang 'em High, Battle Creek, Blood Gulch. Those maps aged like wine. Now, you know, if we ever actually get maps in Infinite, I will love it if they brought those back. And then one thing that I think 343 did really good was put this game in the server browser. I don't know if I want to put this game into a B or an A. It's right in the middle. I gotta give Combat Evolved an A. All right, Halo 2. First off, can I acknowledge the fact that I'm getting absolute bangers for maps today? So I have a confession to make. I have a meaty hard-on for Halo 2 multiplayer. I mean, to a point where it is unhealthy. I understand a lot of the controversies about Halo 2. The BXR, the battle rifle being a melt machine, but I tell you what, this game is so much fun. It's fast-paced. I personally really enjoy the hit scan battle rifle. I know that's controversial. A lot of people don't. Oh, sorry, teammate. I know a lot of people don't like that, but like, I feel like when I go and play Halo 3, I don't enjoy the battle rifle as much in that game. I don't like the projectile feel of the guns. Now, was it a little bit too melty? Yeah. If you play on a bigger map, it can kind of become an issue, but for the most part, this is like the pinnacle of arena multiplayer, in my opinion. I love this game. The energy sword is stupid fun to use. I think it has amazing maps. I know I'm going to cringe out every single Halo fan, you know, in the universe here. Halo 2 does the best job at bridging the gap to Call of Duty without being like Halo 4. Let me explain myself. I feel like Halo 2 has a really fast time to kill. The battle rifle kind of melts headshots, and it's fast paced. That's pretty much the only comparison to Call of Duty that I have. It's just that it's fast paced. It's extremely unbalanced, and I don't know. I love this. This is my favorite Halo multiplayer. I can't wait to see how that Call of Duty reference is going to go down. I'm more of the big downside of this game is button combos, and that really frustrates people. However, for the most part, playing in 2022, I don't see a ton of button combo happening. This game, it plays pretty casually in MCC. And Halo 2's announcer was so guttural. Halo 2 overall is just such a badass game. I'm putting Halo 2's multiplayer in S tier. And now on to Halo 3. I'd hop in the server browser for Halo 3. Just because Halo 3's custom games are so fun what is happening. Now, Halo 3 is kind of a tricky game for me, because while it's one of the best Halo games ever made, you just can't deny that, or you're wrong. Its gameplay isn't always my favorite in the series. I think sometimes it can be a little bit too slow, but while sometimes the gameplay is a little bit too slow, and I don't love the battle rifle, it's everything that surrounds Halo 3's gameplay that makes it so incredible. Halo 3's maps are just some of the best you'll ever find in an FPS game. Forge is one of the best things we've ever seen in an FPS game. On top of the maps, it was just straight juice. It was straight juicy juice drop pops. There were so many different ways to play Halo 3's multiplayer, and it shocks me to this day that this game came out with so much content back in, what was it, 2007, and we have games like Infinite coming out where you can play Slayer but headshots, or Slayer but objective, and that's it. But Halo 3 came out with Forge. It had custom games. It had the file share browser. You could play race. You could play infection. You just about anything you can think of, you could play it. It had armor customization. It had ranks. I know I was bagging on the gameplay a little bit, but the power weapons are extremely fun to use. Halo 3 has the best sniper in the series. So with that being said, if you don't like the gameplay, there's enough different ways to play it that you'll find something that you like. I gotta put Halo 3 in an S. It would be sacrilegious not to put Halo 3's multiplayer in an S tier. Now on to the last of the Bungie games. And this is possibly like the most divisive Halo game in the series. Personally, I love Reach, but am entirely aware of all the problems this game had. Bloom is trash. Personally, it's something I can look past, but I understand why a lot of people that play Halo seriously just absolutely hated this game. And then another negative was the class system. Like here, we'll use everybody's favorite. Armor Lock was created in a lab to just be the most disgusting and fucking annoying thing that we have ever seen on this planet. Having your gunfight stopped entirely. Wait, let's do it to somebody. Nope. Oh, you had a grenade? No. He killed me, but it's so frustrating to play against. But other than that, Reach slaps. Halo Reach Infection is possibly the greatest thing that ever happened to middle school me. Griffball in Reach was extremely fun. And then we got Forge and Forge World. Halo Reach's Forge was amazing, and it built on Halo 3's Forge, but they didn't stop there because they also gave us Forge World, literally just a blank canvas to make whatever the hell you wanted. And in my opinion, that's what made this game one of the most replayable in the series. That on top of the credit system and the challenge system and the armor. Ranking up through the military ranks based off the credit system that you can get more of by doing daily challenges, by, you know, doing well in a match, by winning games. They have those special weekends that, like, if you got lucky, you can get a 50,000 credit bonus. We used to grind Griffball and, like, hold the ball and try to kill people in their spawn. Yes, I know, I was a douchebag, but God, it was so much fun. As much as I love Reach, it would be stupid of me to look past all the things that are wrong with it. I understand why people don't like it. I have to put it an A. I think that's fair. Oh, and two, the maps weren't that great. It's just a lot of recycled content from the maps. But yeah, no, Reach is an A. I can't believe I actually found 7 other willing human beings that are playing Halo 4. Yeah, no, Halo 4. It sort of just exists. I like to pretend it doesn't. And the pistol sounds like trash. You know, I don't like Halo 4's multiplayer at all. I think objectively and subjectively speaking, it's awful. That it just, this game wanted to be Call of Duty so bad that it tried sucking David Vonderhaar off in a locker room, and it still didn't make it a good game. We ended up getting a game that you could spawn him with a bolt shot. Is that what it was called? It was just ridiculously overpowered. It ruined the balance. I still don't know why we had created class in Halo. Like, I understand theoretically why that's cool, but it just shouldn't have happened. Instead of trying to make a game that Halo fans wanted, they tried to make a game that everyone would want, and what ended up happening was nobody liked it, and it wasn't very fun. It's not the worst game ever made, but it is absolutely the worst Halo multiplayer. I don't think Halo 4 is an F tier. I will say that the skyboxes are pretty beautiful. You gotta admit, that does look pretty nice. I can comfortably put Halo 4 in a D and not even think twice about it. I'm not gonna lie, when I talk about Halo 5, it's kind of hard to separate it from the campaign. Halo 5's campaign makes me puke. Now, this game for me is honestly where I took a break from Halo for a while. I wasn't big into the movement of it. I didn't think it felt like Halo, to be totally honest. It's more like Halo than Halo 4. But I personally didn't really like the Spartan abilities. I'm not gonna lie, coming back to it, Halo 5 actually feels pretty good. And something that shocked me was after posting my tier list, seeing how many people really love Halo 5's multiplayer, which piqued my curiosity because I sort of skipped out on it, so I went back and played it, and it's honestly pretty damn good. The gameplay was pretty crisp, but the competitive scene is pretty fire. This game, from a competitive standpoint, it's nice. Halo 5's Forge was incredible. Some of the game modes they added were pretty cool, even if it took a couple months. The game also did do a pretty good job of coming back to Halo's roots of having, you know, like, even starts. Oh, I forgot about assassinations. I haven't done an assassination in probably 5 years. I don't know. Halo 5's gameplay loop is pretty damn solid. I haven't played Halo 5 in a long time, and I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting myself to enjoy this much. I wish I would have looked past things like sprint and ADS in this game when I was younger. It was so petty. It was so stupid. Halo 5's honestly a pretty good game. Multiplayer-wise, that campaign's trash. And like I said, for some reason, 343's whole content drip situation also killed it for me. No Infection or Big Team Battle at launch I think was stupid, but I know we had Warzone Firefight, but that's not the same. While I do think this game's gameplay is amazing, it had a lot of things that brought it down when it came out for me personally. I don't think I could in good heart put this game on the same level as Reach or CE. So for that reason, I'm gonna put Halo 5 at a B tier. If it had a better progression system, if it had more enjoyable ways to earn armor, and if it lost the Spartan abilities, I think it'd be an A tier, honestly. It's a pretty fun damn game. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not looking forward to talking about Infinite. You know, for me personally, I think Halo Infinite might be one of the most disappointing games that's come out. I know we've had Fallout 76 and Cyberpunk, but for me personally, Halo Infinite was looking to be just one of the best games I had experienced. You know, like, everything was adding up. The beta was super fun. The gameplay is absolutely Captain Crunch. It's so good. The big team battle was some of the most fun I've had playing video games in a hot minute. Everything was looking up for Infinite. Everything. We're all wondering what they're gonna do with the customization. With, you know, the art style was amazing. You know, what are we gonna have at launch? How's Infection gonna play? And you know what we got? Nothing. This might be maybe not the worst, but it's one of the worst live service games ever made. Ever. You can't make a live service game and not give us any of the service. We're living on cryptic Joe Staten tweets. That was the live service that we got. You had to delay a roadmap. Listen, I know. I do my best to be nice to 343, but that's actually stupid. You had to delay a roadmap. Why did you put this game out when you did? I get you want to make money. You know how much more money you would have made if you put out a complete game with a lot of content, maps, game modes? What happened? The issue of Infinite isn't that it's not fun. This game is fun, but I got bored. You can make a game as good as you want, you know, if good as mechanics that you want, but if it's boring, it doesn't matter. And for a long time, you know, the best part about this game was Big Team Battle. Battle, but then Big Team Battle was broken for like 2 or 3 months, you know, so like what was the point of having it? The armor customization, the store is just frustrating to me because like I said, customization was a big thing to me, and you're not getting anything unless you feel like spending money or buying the battle pass. You have no other choice. We have campaign armor cores, I guess, but like other than that, I mean, really, come on. And it would be like $20 for red and gold, which they did put it on sale, you know, good for them. They corrected some things, but like our mid-season update was making the Big Team Battle map bigger and then trying to fix the connection issues that this game had. This game was like the 5-star high school athlete that just blew both his ACLs out and started doing meth in his freshman year of college. And yes, we did get a season 2 update, but for the most part, season 2 looks a little bit dry. I think we're getting like, what is it, 1 arena map, maybe 2, and a Big Team Battle map. I think the most frustrating part, and this is what baffles me, what honestly would at least give this game a lot more replayability, is a leveling system. The best we got was a daily challenge that would just repeat after every game with no incentives for winning. Oh, and if you played enough games during the day, you're only going to get 50 XP for playing a game. We have to pay for the color white. And at first, I didn't think that was going to be a problem. Like, oh, there'll be so much stuff to earn. The color's not that big a deal, but it was because we didn't get much. Lag compensation, a lack of any sort of progression, no content. And if you want to make your own game mode to try and have fun, custom games are broken. Custom games are still broken. Right now, as of right now, what is this? March 31st, 2022, I'm putting Infinite in a C. Right now, the lack of content has completely killed this game, and I am bored. So that's going to do it for the video. If you liked it, you should drop a like. I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more of my content, you should sub. I do my best to upload every single Wednesday unless college fists me. So yeah, let me know what you think down below, and bye.